Hi, and welcome back to another episode of Financially Forever After. We are your hosts, Lindsey and
Brett, the moneymaker Shunkwiler.
Here to give you some relationship advice and tips, as well as
Financial tips, financial advice. So we have some
financial information.
New info.
Is
here in the last month-ish. The one big beautiful bill got passed. So we're going to talk
a really stupid name, by the way. Who came up with that?
Oh, I wonder who came up with it.
Beautiful bill.
I'm guessing Trump. I
First
could be
of all,
wrong.
most bills are not beautiful. I mean, that's
one big beautiful bill. Like,
so it's just one bill, not multiple bills all in one. It's just one.
Yeah, with a whole bunch of laws and whatnot that go along with it.
Of course. That's why it's big and beautiful.
Yeah, because it's very, very long. So.
Gotcha. Okay, well, that's exciting information that we're going to hear about.
Oh, you sound super excited. Oh, suck bills.
What else is going on in your world, in our world?
The other day, our 15-year-old son, he's been working out a ton in the mornings, and he thinks he's tough, and Dad shows him up all the time. But anyway, it's like
that testosterone, that teenage testosterone that's starting to pump through his veins. He's got to test everybody.
He's like, Dad, I want to see if I can get the plate up today. Like, that's my max, or getting close to my max. And he's only 15, so I mean, he's not like he's 6'3", 210. Definitely not him. But anyway, he's getting much stronger, and then I get on there and I rep it out, and I'm like, all right, there's a good warm up, buddy. You can barely do it. I'm like, I got old man strength. Like, you'll get there sometime. It's like, all right, next year. I'm like, okay, good luck. But anyway, we're driving home from church the other day. He's like, Dad, I gotta keep working out. I gotta work out a lot because I want to get taller. And I go, what, buddy? Like, what do you mean you want to get taller? He's like, well, you work out, your muscles get bigger. I work out my legs, they're going to stretch. Like, I'm going to get taller. I go, that is not how it works. It's all on genetics. And he's like, what? I'm like, yeah, let's ask Google. And Google goes like, I go, Google, can you get stronger from working out? No, it is due to genetics. I'm like, all right, buddy.
It's funny he said that, because when I was younger, I thought that if I hung from something and let my legs dangle, it would stretch me out as well. So maybe he gets some of that thinking from me.
Well, I for the longest time, even high school and beyond, dumbly thought that I was like, all right, I'm just going to work out a ton and I'm going to get ripped. So then later on down the road, when we have kids, they'll be bigger and thicker and it's just tougher or whatnot. Yeah. So my brother's like, it doesn't work out that way.
Work that way.
Oh,
I wish.
Well, okay then.
That would be great.
Be great.
Too bad genetics don't work like that. That would be and I told him too, because he had told me that same thing about working out, and I'm like, dude, that I teach fitness classes for a living, and I'm 5'2". I am not grown.
Yeah.
I would be really tall by now if that was the case, and that is unfortunately not the case for us. So I just love he's getting to that age where he is more conscious about eating healthy and wanting to work out. But he always comes up after working out and he has his shirt off and he's like, Mom, I'm really swole right now. Look at my abs. I'm like, yeah, good job, dude.
Every time.
I
gotta have my protein.
I gotta have my protein. I gotta. Oh, and then he wouldn't let his younger sister have the chocolate milk to drink because he needed that for working out.
The extra protein.
He goes, well,
chocolate milk's for people who work out.
Yeah, he's like, you don't need this. You're not working out. You don't need this protein. So that is not the case. We're like, until your bills pay for this chocolate milk, share it.
Oh my gosh.
Share it with your sisters.
That's what we deal with daily.
Yeah, so that's, it's getting to be end of summer, and I think they're getting a little stir crazy thing. Maybe that protein's going to his head.
It's not going to his legs to make him grow taller.
So true. Touche. All right. Well, let's get into our relationship stuff today. So this is coming from Mark Travers is a PhD in psychology who specializes in relationships. And he had talked about 5 things that people in the happiest relationships do during the weekdays that most neglect. And I was just going through this checklist before our episode today, and I was kind of check marking in my head mentally, like some of the things we do. And then some of these we definitely don't do.
Hold on. So it's 5 things that healthy relationship people do.
Yeah.
Married couple or just
the people in the happiest relationships do these things. So
am I supposed to guess these? Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, go ahead. I mean, let's start off that way. Why don't you take a guess?
Okay. So I'm going to say go to bed together, pray together, watch, maybe go outside, have dinner together. Am I right on any of these?
I mean, more or less, some of them are kind of along the lines of, they would fall in some of these categories.
Okay. That's 4.
I don't
know. That's
don't
all I
know.
got. That's all I got for now.
Okay. Like I said, pretty close along the lines of some of these. But number 1 is, this is definitely not something we do. They build a mini morning routine. So he says that happy couples will find small ways to start their day together. I am not a morning person. I'm a night person, and you are a morning person.
I don't want to be a morning person. I have so much work to do. I'm up at like 5 every day.
Yes.
Make sure office by 6.
So 5 a.m. is just not going to be in the cards for me. I would say during the school year, we were at least part of our morning is a little bit together. I would say during the school year, but I mean, I've been getting up like between 7:30. Normally, I'm up 6:30, 6:40. So I'm like an hour off, but you're getting up way earlier. But anyway, he said that happy couples find small ways to start their day together, whether it be 5 or 10 minutes, if that's all you can even do. But cuddling, just waking up, cuddling, making the bed together, chatting about your dreams, or sitting side by side while you drink your morning coffee, even if it's in silence. We know you aren't going to do that one because you are not a coffee drinker. No. You don't even like when I drink coffee. You're like, you'll bring me coffee sometimes. And you're like, icky. Don't give me a kiss right now. Give it to me. Well, give it to me before you drink your coffee.
Yes.
You just hate the smell of coffee.
No, it's just not my jam.
I love it. I love the smell.
Most people do.
It's just soothing. So he said the point isn't how you do it, it's just that you actually do it. So just like I said, it's mini. It's called mini. So it doesn't have to be a long time, just a few minutes a day. Kiss goodbye.
You know when you say mini, you know that reminded me of?
What?
Remember when we went to Florida?
Yeah.
And then I don't know if we were going on, because we were going on like a Disney cruise, but we also went on like just to go see what Disney World.
Yeah.
And we had dinner with
Minnie Mouse.
And Minnie Mouse, like, for those they can't see us on YouTube, like, she came up to me and she like took her hand and like went all along my back.
Minnie was frisky.
And like she did not once but twice. And I'm like, Lindsay, are you watching this? Like,
could have been a guy in there.
Minnie's like frisking my shoulders here. Like, I don't know what's happening.
Could have been a little old lady, or it could have been a young man. You don't know.
We don't know what's happening here. So you're talking Minnie. I'm like, oh.
Minnie was frisky, but yes, not Minnie Mouse. Minnie as in a small amount of time. Yeah. Okay, so number 2, they send thoughtful check-ins. I think you and I do a pretty good job of this throughout the day. He mentioned it doesn't have to be long, drawn-out conversations. It can be a funny meme, a little antidote about something going on in the office, or just a quick thinking of you. Maybe you're on lunch break and you see something that made you think of your significant other. But the happiest couples check in throughout the day, just to say, hey, I'm thinking of you. Saw this funny meme, wanted to brighten your day. It doesn't have to be something super substantial. Just a quick little, hey, I love you. I'm thinking of you.
Or I'll call you when I'm driving. That's about.
I like to send you reels and they pile up and you don't watch like hardly any of them, and then I get really frustrated.
You're like, why didn't you watch
These were funny.
I listen to appointments all day.
Do you want to tell your meme story?
We have, I think.
No, you haven't.
Oh my
You've
gosh.
never told this.
I'm pretty
meme
sure
story.
I did.
I don't think you have.
Okay, so
you got to be careful who you're sending, making sure you read the name correct.
So there's a lot of times for I get like an email in the morning that says like when the client's birthdays are, and so I'll send them a text, happy birthday. Well, going through is it a GIF or GIF? I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyway, sending out these little memes or GIFs, and there's one on there. I'm like, I definitely don't want this. It was like a little bear, like naughtily spanking.
Naughtily? That's not a word.
Naughty
spanking.
Naughtily, I don't know. But anyway, spanking like another bear, like, kind of in a sexual way. And I'm like, don't want this on the list. So I like click on it to move it, and it immediately sends it to a client. And I'm like 32 at the time. This client is like 25-year-old female. I'm like, oh no, this is not good. So then I just I sent like a whole bunch of like random ones right after that.
To what?
Like,
hide the fact that you
happy
sent
birthday,
that?
and I wanted it to be really down on the list, so they didn't see the first one. And I'm like, oops.
Did they ever respond?
Yeah, she just like smiley face, LOL, and I'm like, oh, thank goodness.
Good thing you sent it to someone with a sense of humor and not someone that was like, what
I tried to cover it up, but
what in the world?
So don't
barely
click on it. I was trying to get it out of the way, so it did not click.
Again, just making sure you're sending it to the right person, or you're not swiping.
Oopsies.
To get rid of it.
Yeah, it happens.
It happens. All right, number 3. They make time to reset individually. So he says, obviously you're a couple, but some of the times you get home, it's been a long day. Maybe you work a job where you're working with people all day long and you're just tired and you just need to zone out for a little bit. Going for a walk, maybe working out, that's your time to have maybe a little bit of solo time. So I know for you like to get home and maybe jump in the pool. A lot of times you want the kids and I to go with you, but sometimes maybe it'd be good for you to just swim a couple laps, kind of recharge your battery solo before you get everyone else involved. Okay, for you, maybe not.
No,
for me, I would definitely need that.
Just, I work my butt off all day long. I just want to get home and chill. I want to hang out with my family and just chill out.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, hey, I was away for 10 plus hours. I mean, I don't get 8-hour work days.
I mean, I guess a lot of part of your day you are solo too, so it's not like you're around people 24/7.
I mean, you should have meetings.
Yeah, but in your office, you have some time to be alone.
A little bit.
During the summer, I have no time alone. 0 time alone. I have kids that are constantly. What did our youngest come in the other day? We sometimes, it's nice on Sunday at school, so we'll have an afternoon, maybe we'll have like an hour and we'll just want to take a little cat nap. And she made a slideshow of like her bucket list for the summer. And of course, like we just fell asleep and she's banging on the door like, hey, I have something to show you. We're like, of course you do.
You should have announced that we were taking a 45-minute nap.
Yep. Yeah. So it happens. But yeah, he just said, if that's something you need, maybe you don't need it. In your case, you don't need it. I would need that. It's your time to just kind of recharge. It doesn't have to be a long time. Maybe it's 30 minutes, but just to kind of recharge your battery, and then you're ready to go for your family. Number 4 is prioritize daily us time. So he said the happiest couples intentionally carve out one shared moment every day, no distractions, no multitasking. So I think for you and I, sometimes we'll have conversations while I'm cooking or, we're picking up dinner, but he said that doesn't count. It's got to be no distractions. So he even went as far as to say no kids, no chores, no notifications allowed.
I don't know who does that.
I mean, that's hard.
That would be nice to do.
Hard, but maybe like that window before bed where the kids are already down. You're going to be going to bed. I'm maybe not going to bed quite yet, but maybe we carve out 30 minutes to just say, this is our time. Maybe we'll watch a show.
Maybe watching a show or something together if we get that.
We like comedies. We like to watch comedians either on Netflix or one of those, or then we like New Girl.
I'd
be
interrupting your book though. Would that be okay?
I know.
Or not?
Well, depends. Because if we did 30 minutes of that and then you're going to bed, maybe I can read after. So as long as you have that carved out time. So I know I have been on a tangent of wanting to read my books, and I told you I'm guilty of not completing a lot of these on the list.
You know what? We both don't do that last one.
Yeah. So then last one is number 5. And he says they end the day with a quiet check-in. So what this is, he referred to it as nightly audits. And it helps you to stay emotionally aligned and prevent little issues from becoming bigger ones. So for instance, he said this is the time to really, we've talked about this in previous episodes, how we are pretty good about not letting things fester if something gets on.
Because we'll just blow up at each other. Like, that's the healthy way to do it. Just yell and get it out.
Not
right?
necessarily. I bet you and I pretty much, if something's bothering us, we let the other one know. We don't let it go unheard.
No, it ain't gonna fester.
And he mentioned that this is the time to actually do that. Maybe not like blow up, but like bring it to attention to say, we don't want to carry this through the week. We don't want to carry this into the weekend. We want to have a good week, good weekend. Let's use this time to check in, see how the other one's doing. If something, you need to get something off your chest. Maybe it's something regarding your kids, your job. Maybe you're don't have kids. Maybe you have pets.
When are we supposed to do this?
This is your nightly audit.
So
after your prioritize daily us time, like your 30-minute hour window of your time, this is your audit before bed.
Got it.
So again, just checking in. How's the other one doing?
Sounds like we need to have more conversations in bed. Just like, hey, TV off
or not. I mean, he didn't necessarily say in bed. You could do it around the dining room table or the couch. Yeah. So just making sure you carve out that time. Just like the other episode we shot about the 7 days a week, monthly 7-7-7 rule, the 7 days, 7 months, 7 weeks.
Remind everybody what you're talking about.
So if you missed that episode, we talked about having a scheduled time with you and your partner, 7 days a week. So once a week, having a date night, whether it be going to the movies.
7 days a week. You mean 1 day a week?
Sorry, 7 days. Within a 7 days, you need to
within
hit
a
1
7-day
day.
period.
Yes.
1 day you need to have a date.
Within 7 weeks, you need to go on a little mini vacation, whether it be like a weekend away, maybe a night away, but no kids.
Got it.
If you have kids, or
so like
no friends.
Date. Could be a fancy date,
but it's overnight.
Okay.
Because that 7 days is a fancy date.
I mean, it depends on how much money people have too.
Correct.
I mean, it might be camping.
Yeah, it could be camping.
But otherwise, some people might not be able to afford that.
And then the last one is that 7 months, and that's like an actual vacation away. It doesn't have to be a full week. It could be just a few nights. But again, preferably no kids, no friends, you and your partner.
Got it.
So there you go. These are 5 things healthy, happy couples do to maintain a good, positive relationship.
Nice.
All right. Well, you kind of teased us already about what we're going to be talking about in the finances stuff, but let's go ahead and hit it up.
Yeah. So there is this one big, beautiful bill that has recently passed, and I'm not going to pretend to know all the changes in there. I do know some of the changes. I got some of them printed out that we're going to cover a little bit here. But there's 12 pages of changes in this big, beautiful bill that we're passing, or that's passed, that we're sending out to clients so they can have all those updates. So if you don't know what they are, or you want a copy of that, go ahead and reach out to us. And where can they reach out to us at,
That
Lindsey?
is a good question. So you can go to your personal financial page, which is
just Shunkwiler Financial. Last name SHUNK.
Spell that.
WILER Shunkwilerfinancial.com.
And also our Financially Ever After.
Financially for the number 4, financially4everafter.com. You can go on there on the website. You can ask a question. You can leave a comment. You can apply for a 15-minute phone consultation with myself or one of my 2 advisors. Those are all spots that you can say, hey, I want that updated one big, beautiful bill list, and we can send that out to you. So anyway, going through, I'm going to highlight some of these, and we're just going to talk about them a little bit. So no tax on auto loan interest. So if you get a car loan, so here's the example. A new auto loan interest deduction from 2025 to 2028. So here's the deal. A lot of these tax breaks, they're only for a specified time frame. So we know that some of the old tax rules were set to sunset this year, which means they're set to expire. However, with Trump staying in there now as the president again, he extended them out another handful of years via this bill, or he and everybody else that approved it. And in doing that, these are only through 2028 for most of these. But on this auto loan interest, the deduction is capped at $10,000 per year and phases out at a 20% rate for single filers earning above $100,000. So some of the things like if you make too much money, some of these deductions do not exist for you. Like you cannot apply for them. So, some people that make a lot, they're like, all right, well, child tax deduction. That sure would be nice to get, but I make too much money, so my child doesn't count as much of a credit as someone else's child that doesn't make so much. Same thing in a lot of these new laws that came into play. They apply to some people to some capacity, but not so much for the others. So that's earning above $100,000 is when that starts to get phased out, and at $200,000 for a married couple. So one thing that I know will interest you, Linz, is deductions on tips and worker overtime. Do you remember the good old days of waiting tables?
I do. Yeah. Tips from being a server.
Mm-hmm.
I kept it in a coffee can on my parents' fridge.
I think anybody that's ever waited tables has always had the nightmare of never getting to all of your tables.
Yeah.
You ever had that? Like,
yeah.
Like you're in the middle of your sleep and you're like, oh my gosh. You just remember like a previous night or night before.
Yeah.
You're like, I couldn't get to all the tables, or
Yeah.
I'll never be able to get to all of them, and everybody's getting angry.
I would have a recurring nightmare about spilling a drink on someone until it actually happened. And then once it happened, I'm like, all right, well, I know how that went. So I never had a nightmare about it again. Luckily, it was just water.
Luckily, it's just water. Okay, good.
The worst thing I ever did, well, they were cool about it, but I felt really bad. I had a table of blind people.
Oh.
And I asked them if they were done looking at the menu.
I remember that. You told me.
It was just...
We were waiting tables together that night.
You're so used to saying it that you didn't even, like, it didn't even faze me to think, like, oh, I should probably change my wording. But no, they were really cool about it. I was so embarrassed.
It's like it's kind of in the back of your mind, like, don't say this, but then you're thinking of it.
And when you say don't say it, you're probably
like,
going to say it.
oh my gosh. And it's kind of like golf. Oh, don't hit it right. Don't hit it right. Oh, you're going to hit it right. Or like one time there's, somebody that was like missing an arm and like they need help. I'm like, oh, let me give you a hand. And you're just like, oh, shoot.
Oh no. Well, they still had another hand. But you're replacing their other hand.
Oopsie.
That's worse, I think.
Party foul.
Touche. Go on, though.
Okay. Okay, so what this could mean for you. If you were a server earning $40,000 in regular wages plus $20,000 in tips, you would only pay taxes on the $40,000 base salary, so you wouldn't have to pay taxes on that tips.
Is that only just for servers, or is that anyone that has gratuity? Like anymore, I feel like everybody takes gratuity, coffee shops. And
so one thing that, in listening to one of the webinars about like these new tax law changes, they're like, all right, you have to have, it's based per industry.
Okay.
Like you must be, different people fall in different industries.
Yeah.
So they can't say like, hey, a CFO of a company is like, now, why don't you just pay me a $10 a year salary and everything else is on tips? So therefore, I don't have to pay. No, like there's phase outs on how much money you make. So it says these deductions are worker overtime. The tip deduction allows taxpayers to deduct up to $25,000 in tips annually. So over $25,000, you're still going to pay taxes, but up to the first $25,000, and then while overtime, so there's an overtime deduction, covers up to $12,500 in extra overtime pay that you don't have to pay extra taxes on that. So it says, however, these deductions are limited to taxpayers earning $150,000 or less, with those who make more eligible for reduced deduction. So in essence, if you make more than that, you might not get anything at all, or it's going to be reduced in regards to that deduction.
Which is kind of not really, I don't know. Servers make minimum wage, so a lot of what they are getting paid.
Well, I know back in the day for us, it was like $2.18.
Yeah,
I don't know
so
what it is now.
The bulk of what we were making was our
tips.
Like
20 years ago, but
you know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
So then $25,000, I feel like that if you're like a full-time server or you work a lot of hours, you might hit that easily.
It just depends too, is like how much are they actually claiming
Correct.
on that
That's
too.
true, because if it's cash.
But a lot of things nowadays, I would assume that most of them claim it because almost everybody pays credit card.
True.
Back in the day, it was a lot of people paying cash and other things of that nature.
Yeah.
But I would say 90% of people pay credit
Coming
card.
off the credit card.
Yep. So that could be helpful there. Okay, so let's talk senior bonus deduction. So I'm not going to go through all these, but this might be the last one for today. So senior bonus deduction. If you're over the age of 65, you actually get another $6,000 off in regards to your deduction. So for instance, it was in 2025 that the first $30,000 that you made as a married couple, you don't have to pay any taxes at all on it. So they upped that to $31,500, so increase it just a little bit. But let's just say advances 20 years-ish, a little over. Say I was 65 and you were under 65. And
which is going to be the case.
Yes, that'll be the case.
Because you're older.
It's what it is. So what will happen is I'll get the extra $6,000 deduction. Now, this is like assuming that we are 65 today, because once again, a lot of these rules phase out, which this one phases out again, or I can't say phase out. It's done after 2028. So between now and 2028, if you're over the age of 65, you get an extra $6,000 deduction. However, if you're once again, if you're single and your income's over $75,000, that can phase out as well. Phasing out just means you get less and less of it the more income you make. Or if you're over $150,000 as a married couple, that will phase out. So if you're making less than $150,000 as a married couple and both over the age of 65, instead of getting $31,500 as a deduction, that means you would actually get $43,500 because you get an extra $12,000. Mm-hmm. So that is very helpful in not having to pay additional.
What if you're retired? Does that count?
It doesn't matter. It's all based on how much income you make and your age.
Gotcha.
So it doesn't mean you could be retired or not retired. You still get that deduction.
As long as it's under that number.
Either way. So that's good enough for today.
Yeah.
In regards to some of those new ones.
Okay.
There.
So there's more to this big.
Oh, there is more to this one big, beautiful bill. But I just want to cover a couple of the main topics.
Okay. That's good information.
Today,
I mean, nothing that really helps us out in this big, beautiful bill right now.
No.
Maybe our kids, because our son's going to be turning 16. He might be a server or a job.
Yeah, by 2025 he could be. So
that could apply to him.
Yeah, so if you're single, I mean, it now went to, because what it was, 31,500, you got an extra, so it's 15,750. So a lot of times for like kids, part-time, like they're not making more than that. So kids really, if you start a part-time job or your kids start, like you don't need to pay any taxes. Like you don't even have to file your taxes unless you make over that standard deduction amount.
That's good information. Yeah. So he'll be in the clear regardless. Well, if you have any further questions, we are going to touch on this big, beautiful bill some more in future episodes. So look for that information. But if you have any other financial questions, relationship questions, maybe you have some questions about what Brett talked about today, you want to dive a little deeper, like he said, where can they ask those questions?
So you can go to financially4everafter.com and ask a question, send in a comment. And just a little teaser here. Next episode, who we having on as a guest this next episode?
Very good teaser. We're going to have someone that you know pretty well.
Oh, I do know him quite well.
Yeah. He has a little bit of a military background. Maybe
a little bit. He retired military, so yeah, he's done it.
We're going to talk military as far as finances go, and also dive into some relationship topics as far as that goes as well. So look for next episode, and thanks again for joining us on another episode of Financially Forever After. Securities and investment advisory services offered through Great Point Capital, LLC, member SIPC. Insurance products are offered through the insurance business Acadia Life Insurance. Shunkwiler Financial is an investment advisory practice that offers products and services through AE Wealth Management, LLC, acronym AEWM, a registered investment advisor. AEWM does not offer insurance products. The insurance products offered by Acadia Life Insurance are not subject to investment advisor requirements.
AEWM and Acadia Life Insurance are not affiliated companies. Investing involves risk, including the potential loss of principal. Any references to protection, safety, or lifetime income generally refer to fixed insurance products, never securities or investments. Insurance guarantees are backed by the financial strength and claims paying abilities of the issuing carrier. This podcast show is intended for informational purposes only. It is not intended to be used as the sole basis for financial decisions, nor should it be construed as advice designed to meet the particular needs of an individual's situation. Shunkwiler Financial is not permitted to offer, and no statement made during this show shall constitute tax or legal advice. Our firm is not affiliated with or endorsed by the U.S. government or any governmental agency. The information and opinions contained herein, provided by third parties, have been obtained from sources believed to be reliable, but accuracy and completeness cannot be guaranteed by Shunkwiler Financial.